Welcome, jesters. A question that comes up periodically, or actually quite frequently, is when did the split happen? When did the change happen? When did we become so polarized in this country? And people kind of narrow it down to a certain time frame around 2010, 2015, somewhere around there, when things got noticeably worse, when the divide became very apparent between the left and the right in this country. And it has seemed to gotten, well, of course, it's only gotten worse over the last 10 to 15 years, but still, people engage in the exercise of trying to figure out what happened. Like, was there an event that caused the actual rift? And yes, there was. I thought about it a lot, and I have identified the moment in time when America became split, where we became polarized. Now, mind you, there's always been a pull between the left and the right here in America, but it was always between, I guess, the country club conservatives and the bleeding heart liberals. But the fact of the matter is, both were kind of conservative. I'm talking about like the country club Bob Hope type Republicans and the Kennedy Democrats, right? And it was kind of a friendly competition because still both sides were generally on the more conservative side compared to the rest of the world. Certainly compared to, the various Marxist ideologies that we were all perfectly fine with fighting for a very long time. The Soviet Union, Cuba, and other places. So, yes, we were almost on the same side, but the differences were, almost procedural or, we would let the left have their welfare programs or something like that, and that was pretty much it. It wasn't really a huge divide, kind of like a tug of war, but as the left got more bold and more organized on the global scale, yes, the globalists are a real thing, and America became more powerful, and American conservatism became a threat to the global world order. The left in this country started to get fed, and certain things were set into motion, certain people were selected, and the left began to develop a life of its own, but a life of its own much more inspired by the type of leftism, socialism, communism, Nazism that we had spent so long fighting, all of the Marxist philosophies. And this finally came to a head with... yes. Okay, you know what? Pun intended. With Barack Obama. Yes, he was the one selected to lead the new Marxist charge here in the United States. And this was easily recognized by some people. It became obvious when, he started to talk about his vision for America and how he wanted to fundamentally transform America. And right after this, is when the split happened. When the two sides actually developed a chasm, an uncrossable chasm between them. When America truly became divided between Americans and the enemy. And that happened on January 16th in 2009 when Rush Limbaugh said of Barack Obama, "I hope he fails." Now, this was, of course, misconstrued by the hysterical left. What Rush meant was that he hoped Barack Obama failed in his fundamental transformation of America. Because America does not need transformation. America never needed transformation. We do not want to transform America. And what we're seeing now is the untransformation of America. The reason the left is so beside themselves, so hysterical, is because we are finally untransforming America from what Barack Obama really started. It had started before, right? But, Hillary being just first lady, she couldn't really get that much done. And Bill, people think I'm crazy for saying this, but honestly, I don't think Bill cared. I really don't think he cared one bit about any sort of political philosophy. He just wanted to be liked and wanted to get laid. That's about it. And as president, well, he got both. So, yeah, I think he was good. Hillary was the plant. But Barack Obama was the plant that actually got this started. And yes, I hoped he failed as well. People often say that, it started with Barack Obama. Barack Obama was the downfall of this country, or the downfall started with Barack Obama. And yeah, that is very much true. But the split happened when Rush said, I hope he fails, because it finally gave Americans, real Americans, the ability to not follow the president, ability to recognize that the president could actually be a threat to America, the ability to, well, the confidence actually to push back against a threat to America, no matter where it came from. It was okay to hope and expect and to want the Democrats and the leftist establishment in this country to fail, something that wasn't ever really the case before. We did kind of just want to get along and compromise. But as soon as Rush, the great one, uttered those 4 words, things fundamentally changed. That is when the split happened. That is when America became divided. And it was also the beginning of the fight that we are fighting now. The fight against the genuine threat to America and to civilization, and that is the forces and philosophies of the Marxist-Leninist left globally. But right now we're fighting them here. So, yes, this is the untransformation of America. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio and all of our future presidents. Oh, yes, my friends on the left. They say, we're only 8 months in. Oh, you're only 8 months in for a very long time. We will undo your transformation, and we will make America great again. That is where the split happened. And I'm glad I heard it. I think I heard it. But yeah, Rush Limbaugh. I hope he fails. That's the split. And you know I'm right.